Hi, and welcome to Hangout 147. This is Android Coliseum, and it is January 20th. We have a full house tonight. Last week, both Savon and I were away, so you had to listen to just the boys. But this week, four. So, how's everybody doing?
What do you
Pretty
think? It's
good.
50-50 male female here because it's 2015?
Huh?
No?
Oh, yeah,
Little
right.
Trudeau line. Anyways.
Hey, sunny ways.
Anyway,
Not
sorry.
as sunny here today. How about there? Out in the east, how is it?
It's cold.
Really?
Savon, how is it there?
It's chilly. Today was better, but yesterday it was brutal. Very
Minus 35 in Ottawa.
cold.
Aw, my heart
Dark
goes
north.
a little flutter of sympathy after all those days that, oh, it's 30 degrees, and I'm going, it's 3. What about you, Ryan? How is it there?
Actually, it started snowing today, so it got up to like minus 10. You know what? Those days you're like, it's going to snow! Minus 10! Yes! I can go without a scarf today or something.
That would be nice.
I don't think I saw the picture I posted the other day where it was like, it was so cold out today. I actually was excited to get into work.
I saw that. We had a really cold weekend. It got down to like minus 35 or something like that, and it dipped during the day. So I got into work and it wasn't bad, and then I went outside and said, "Oh, this is cold." So yeah, we had a bit of that. A guy that I am in contact with, he's in Wandering River, which is just north and west of us, a few hours, and it's warmed up to minus 14, so he's out barbecuing in his shorts.
Nice, like
This
wish.
is true Alberta.
Yeah.
That is Alberta.
And, okay, now, before we get onto the news, okay, my French teacher couldn't quite explain to me. So I can say il fait fret, right? Beyond cold, I can say il fait fret, but I can't say je suis fret. Is that right? Who's the French speaker? You're on, Martin. You can.
I would say j'ai froid.
J'ai froid. J'ai
Yeah.
froid. But she was saying apparently it was an old idiom to say fret when it was like super cold, but he couldn't say je suis fret, but he would say il fait fret, like to say it was like really really cold.
Yeah.
It's
Anyways.
either cold or you're cold.
Yeah.
It's cold, you're cold. Doesn't matter.
Anyhow,
Coat.
It gets
I just thought-
complicated.
it gets complicated. French is complicated. Anyways, let's move on to the
As
topics.
complicated as English, but, you know,
Yeah.
we're native English speakers for the most part, or 2 of the 5 of us, because it's 2015 and Canada. Let's move
Apparently
on to the
bilingual.
news while we dig our hole of bilingualism here.
Exactly.
Anyhow,
First up, telcos in Canada getting rid of the BYOD program. Ryan.
yeah. So I mean, I always hate to sort of trash on the big three or carriers in Canada, but it's true. They really do not have the Canadian user at heart when it comes to thinking about. We've talked about this a lot about the plan changing and how they're just screwing people in general. So what used to be the nice thing, because I used to get people calling like Scooter, I don't know if Scooter's watching. Scooter even emailed me or messaged me on Facebook the other day asking, "Hey, what phone should I get? My plan's up." And I was like, well, it's one thing to get a new plan, or so I get a new phone, but that also means you have to get a new plan, and you're going to be looking at a new charge. And I used to always recommend to say, you know what, stay with the plan you're on, buy whatever phone you want, or keep the phone you have, and then you can get a discount because you're using your own phone. You're no longer subsidizing. And unfortunately, that's no longer be the case anymore. The bring your own discount, bring your own device plans and phone programs are gone from these major big 3 carriers, so that if you have your own device, regardless if you're paying, you subsidize a phone with a contract or not, there's not going to be much of a difference. I think there's still going to be a bring your device plan, just not a discount kind of program. So it's not good how this is going.
Yeah, like I signed up not that long ago, so I did get a discount. I'm with Bell, and my base rate is $40 a month, and it would have been $60 if I had gotten a phone. But I'm just checking now because apparently plans are different in
Well,
different
regionally,
places.
oh yeah, regionally it's very different. You in Alberta have a very nice sort of pocket of okay. Down in
Like pocket of okay.
down in Southern Ontario, Martin will tell you. Martin, what's your plan rate?
The base plan is with unlimited phone calls and 500 meg starts at $80. So
Whoa.
I have 7 gigs and I'm at 135 a month.
Whoa.
And I actually got served a notice that my plan was being transferred, and I could either cancel or stay with them.
See, because I've got a basic plan here for $35, which this is no data, 200 local minutes, and unlimited nights. And I would imagine I have gone to Bell and seen some people get flip phones, and I would think that this is the plan that they would be on. So
I'm just thinking, like, so I'm looking on Rogers' website. There is a bring your own phone plan. I'm just going to compare it to see if is it any difference to what you would pay. So you trade up programs. See on the website it says bring your own phone unlocked to us, and you can save up to $20 a month.
Yeah, that's
But
what it used to be. I don't know if they didn't update the website or.
I'm guessing they didn't update the website, but like, I want to say there is still it's slightly cheaper if you versus the regular plan because of that subsidy, but only probably at the top end $135 rate. At the regular base rate of about $75, you're probably saving $2 or whatever. I'm not off the
Yeah, we'd have to check it out and see and price it out. Because I'm definitely at $135, and that's what it is for a plan. Because now all the plans over at Bell are unlimited everything, and you pay for the data.
yes,
But the base price for the plan starts at $80 here in Ontario, and then your data, I think your data for 7 gig is something like $40, $45.
yeah. So here, the basic share plan for a Plus device, which would be an S6 or something like that, is $60. So, and then you would add your data on, which is $30 for 2 gigs, which is expensive.
The thing is that you can always, I mean, if you've been with the same company for a long time, you can always bargain with them and somehow.
You can haggle a bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
not a lot. My father-in-law got from my mother-in-law 2 gig of data, no contract for $45.
and a lot of, and with a bring your own device, let me just see. Bring your own device, nationwide, unlimited local calling, $50. So even that has gone
up considerably.
$10.
Well, think of it $10 or think of it 25%.
Yes,
So things price have gone up 25%, and it's just
which is
they're
quite a
gouging
bit.
more and more every year.
And
The infrastructure costs are going down for them, and every year they're raking in more and more profits and saying, crying the blues, say, "Oh, we only made $1 billion this year. We're going to have to raise prices."
they're
$5
saying
each.
that they're losing profit actually.
When you look at their statements every year, profits are up here.
On BNN News, they were saying that their profits were down by 35%, and then that's on BNN News.
But based on their projected revenues,
Yeah.
right? Based on the projected revenues, like saying, "Hey, we were hoping to be up 25% this year. We didn't quite make our 25% bonus. We're 35% less than that." They still made, let's say, 20% over last year, but their expectation of 25% more per year, they didn't make. So they use those words to say, "Well, 35 less." Like, no, you didn't lose 35.
And we are one of the highest countries for mobile fees.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Absolutely.
I think we're number 1 and number 2, one of the two.
I think it's number 2. I want to say one of the UAE countries was number 1 or something.
It was crazy.
Well, now that we're all depressed about how much we spend on our mobile phones, hanging our heads, let's move on.
Yeah.
To Pengate.
Pengate. So Pengate, if those of you remember, when you got the Note 5 having that little kind of push-in feature that makes your phone go in flush, the issue was that technically with that's because the old other devices, I don't have my Note 8 here. Yeah, Note 8 and the Note 3s always had that little bit of a a notch so that you couldn't put it in backwards. That doesn't exist on the Note 5, so people were putting them in backwards for some stupid reason. Only because,
manual.
well, only because somebody said, "Hey, I heard if you put it in backwards, it breaks." Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, it broke. Wow. I still don't see how anybody naturally would have had that happen. Anyways, so the idea what happened was because the way that the pen would come down, a little notch would basically the notch would come down, and the little sensor would get into that little notch and not allow itself to go back up, and it would break that thing, right? So what happened is now they've replaced this little doohickey. I'm not trying to be, any dangling looking things, but they now have sort of a band that goes around there, so it kind of compresses the band and allows it to go. So that still allows the sensor to work and not go through. They're still gonna keep on the box. Don't turn this inside backwards, please. But it looks as though it's been fixed, and Samsung has officially.
Be idiot proofed. Some people said, "Oh, it's the user's fault. Who puts it backwards?" But it happens. Sometimes you're not concentrating. You're distracted. You shove it in. It shouldn't get stuck.
Well, and you have to look at the consequences of what you're doing. Like, is that fair? That really you lose your attention for a moment. And you make a mistake, and now you've trashed your $800 device. Like, that's not really that.
But let's say you go fill up gas and you accidentally grab diesel and put it in because it's the same looking nozzle. You put diesel in your car. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. It's the gas cans. The gas cans.
It's a diesel nozzle in.
It's not the same thing.
Anyways, let's move on.
Wow.
I decided to stop Tengate is fixed for anybody buying a Note 5 now. Now, whether or not that means anybody who had a Note 5 originally that has this issue, they're going to offer them some sort of update or bring it in and they'll match it. I doubt it, but going forward.
To put in diesel.
You never know. You never know. Like, one reason why I do like Samsung is because you can send your stuff to a Samsung repair depot specifically. It's in Richmond, and they have a really quick turnaround, and they do Samsung things. I think there might be one in Montreal as well. But
it would make sense.
For what?
Everybody else can fixer. Anyways. HTC.
Yeah, so marshmallows are starting to rain down. So up to now, any devices that have had gotten Marshmallow in Canada would be the Nexus Player, the Nexus 6, the Nexus 5. Did the Nexus 5 get? I believe Nexus 5 got Marshmallow.
Yes, it did.
All right, so those kind of devices got themselves a Marshmallow update, but none of the regular OEMs until I think HTC One M9 was the first device to get Marshmallow, beating out Samsung, beating out LG. So way to go, HTC. For the M9, we got the first one. The Moto G 2015 also got Marshmallow. I haven't got it on mine. Mine still says I'm up to date currently on 5.11, so I'm keep checking. But apparently it has hit, and Rogers has made a statement that for the G3, Marshmallow is coming soon, which is funny they would say the G3 before the Canadian the G4. And Martin, you're saying random reports, so
yeah, random reports of Canadian users on the G4 getting the Marshmallow update, and Marshmallow bit would be 601.
601.
That's what I'm hearing from Samsung too, from what I'm reading. And with my model, the G20F, it's at the front because that is a global. That's the global version.
You would think your global version would hit it before anybody else, before the Canadian ones, because Canadian carriers suck.
I don't know. It's not
we said earlier.
Poland, so Poland always seems to get it first.
Yeah, it's that little niche of there's not enough people there to really screw things up. Maybe
yeah,
I don't know.
I guess.
Well, it's the same thing with Sony.
I suppose. Yeah.
Anyhow, so let's take a look here. What else? Yeah, so devices getting more the Marshmallows. Did you get yours? Let us know.
Yeah, so going on with HTC news, Martin.
Yeah, HTC, I mean, let's remind that this has been hitting a few different sites. HTC might be the next carrier, not carrier, but OEM that will actually be fabricating the two Nexus devices for this year. Mind you, this is a rumor, so they're not specifying which Nexus device or which line they're going for, just two Nexus device. There's been various reports out saying that it might be this device, that device, but nothing more than that at this time.
And they also, I've been eyeing up the Samsung virtual reality headset. Luckily, I'm running out of money, so that's on the back burner. Uh, but HTC is ready with theirs.
Yeah, but the HTC Vive is going to be available for pre-order beginning February 29th, which is something interesting because I am liking the way the Vive looks and the feel of it. So I might actually be eyeing to see what I can do with that one.
So would you get that one? We've got cardboard, and it's pretty cool. I
You know
think
what? As much as I may like the cardboard, I actually want something more solid.
yes, and that's like I think I got the cardboard to see how much we would use it, and for us, it would be more of a like being able to take pictures that way and share like our holiday pictures
Yeah, that would be nice.
than really playing games or anything like that. We're
Well,
not
you
Yeah,
don't
me
want to do
too.
the slide shows anymore, the big slide carousels and
Hey, we used
pictures.
to do that,
I,
and
I
that is
I still
fun.
have
We did.
several.
We did.
I converted all of Fred's family, or Fred and I both converted his
All the
family to
slides, the
ourselves.
scanning means it's slow by.
Yeah.
Those were
So
pain because you had to get a little light for those ones because you couldn't mount them. Even a flatbed scanner, but because of the raised. Anyways, we won't get into that.
yes, and you had to reverse it too.
Now with the HTC Vive, do you still have to get like do you have to put your phone in it? Does that come with a display built into the display the headset?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
built in.
Okay.
Mm,
Because I remember was it with the one of the Samsung ones where you could put your Note 5 in? Or no, it came with
yeah, with the Gear
the
VR, you put your Samsung phone
You
in,
put it in.
or your other phones.
yeah.
I think.
I just wish it was more affordable. I find it very pricey.
The
Yeah, they're
Samsung
not
one is
cheap.
only just over $100.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's like
it
I'm saying,
is.
if you have to buy a display with this thing, that's what's going to bring the price up as a
Samsung
display
one
unit, right?
works only with Samsung phones.
I think it works with flagship phones. You would have to see which ones it works with. Cardboard works with everything.
Right.
Card works with everything.
It doesn't always work.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't see, from seeing cardboard, I don't see why any VR set wouldn't work with any phone once it clicked into place. So,
They should work with it.
The magnets on the side, and it doesn't work with every phone.
Yeah, I thought there was the Cardboard 2. The Cardboard 1 is the button as well as the size or something, right? Isn't it something to do with the sizing of the phones?
I'll look into it. Maybe I'll buy a new one.
I gotta buy
yeah,
one
because
still.
I just bought one for $20
Right.
online. It was pretty
To have,
fun. It had,
like when OnePlus had their launch in, 360, it was cool to watch.
I know that was so neat. I actually really like that.
And there's some videos and there's some cool stuff on YouTube.
There'll be more stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, I have a feeling it might just be a niche market, obviously.
it's hard to tell.
It has potential to be more than a niche market.
Oh, it definitely
Yeah.
does have potential.
A huge tool in marketing. If it was more affordable, I think that more people would buy it, and
Probably.
if they can make it more compatible, like you said, not only the carton, if cardboard, sorry, if it was more sturdy one and that any phone can fit in,
Hmm.
and it's not expensive, I see more and more people buying it. Then more companies will use it in their
Definitely
video
something.
marketing.
Definitely something more adaptable. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see it around more.
Well, I know before Christmas, if you got an S6, you got a Samsung VR for free. So, I mean, they were definitely, working on getting it out there.
Mhm.
Right.
Kind of made me wish I hadn't bought my S6 outright, but not that much. So, moving on. It'll be interesting. We should do a check back in mid-year to see how we're doing with VR, cardboard, and all that stuff, and whether we've actually bitten the bullet on anything.
That's definitely something we can do. Yeah.
Yeah. So the last one is Starbucks Mobile.
Yeah. So Starbucks now launched in 2 markets. So it will be Vancouver and Toronto as of January 19th, where users can go online on the mobile app, place their order, walk into the coffee shop, pick up their order. All through the app, so everything is done. You pay, you order what you want, you pay, and you just walk in the store, grab and go.
So they still don't have tap to pay or anything with your card, right?
No, it's scan. You bring it up on your app, and it brings the little code, and you scan
Just like
it.
everywhere.
Tim Hortons
Yeah.
has that.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons has tap and pay? Tap.
No, Tim Hortons have tap and pay. Yeah.
Like about it is that you can, in the app, you can charge your Tim card with your credit card. So you don't have to have your wallet at all if you forgot it at home. Even if you don't have enough on your card, you can just reload it. So you really don't need your wallet. And it happened twice that I forgot my wallet at home. So at least I was able to get my coffee.
Hey, I don't need a wallet anymore. I've got tap and pay right here at the front,
You're here, you tap and pay.
and then I have it in the back if I need to use my phone. Done.
Tap and pay. You just get so, I get so spoiled with that. It's amazing. I had to send somebody out with my company credit card to buy some stuff, and she said, "Oh, I'll need your PIN." "Oh, I'll text you if I need your PIN because I have your card and we can just do tap and pay." And I said, "See what
Under
you do."
under $100
Sure
now,
enough.
right? So
Yep.
What else would be fun is if you could do tap and pay in a restaurant, and then if you actually needed to put in tip, so you tap and pay and then ask for the tip amount, then it could process the charges, but they don't. There's no second pop-up after you tap and pay.
No, but when I go to Taco Del Mar. Now you guys are finding out way too much information, but we go to Taco Del Mar, and that's why I wasn't tap to paying. But their machine now asks ahead of time whether you want to add a tip, and then when you tap to pay, it's there.
Nice. Now that's better. I like that.
some machines do that. I swear some machines, like it'll ask you for the tip first, and then you can insert it into your PIN. So not just a matter of enter your tip first and then tap it. So
Yeah.
It depends, yeah.
Yeah, I really want Samsung Pay to come to Canada because my Gear S2 supports tap to pay with Samsung. So, I'm it's not that convenient in the wintertime, but could be cool. I think I would learn how to roll up my sleeve for that. Okay, so next up, the Fitbit Blaze. They've been pre-ordering for a while at Best Buy, and they'll be shipping in March. And my husband has a Fitbit 1, and he was looking at replacing it because he keeps forgetting it. So he thought he'd get a smartwatch. And he's been eyeing my Gear S2, and he really likes it. And then he looked at the Blaze and thought, no. So it does have a lot. It has all the functionality of a regular Fitbit, and it has the great social app. It'll be interesting to see how that goes because it is more of a smartphone style than it's ever been before. What do you guys think of that? It isn't Android Wear or anything.
no, Fitbit Blaze will be Fitbit, right? So it'll still be.
It will be a Fitbit.
It'll still be Fitbit, so he'll still be using the Fitbit Sync app or whatever they call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my wife loves her Fitbit and all the logging and the social aspect of it. She just loves that, right? So, I mean, it's interesting. Personally, I'm just in the Android Wear. I just can't not.
Why would someone prefer Fitbit?
Sorry?
Pardon me?
Why would someone prefer just to have a Fitbit instead?
Well, the Fitbit's got a lot. It's got a really long life. It has a lot of. It does your sleep and your steps, your activity level, how many sets of stairs you've gone up and down, and it does have a really great social app. Their app is also more global. Like you can put your food in and everything like that. It is a fitness tracking app. The only thing it really doesn't do is heart rate. So
yeah. And my wife likes it because even when we go to the gym, she says going to the gym, her GPS actually tracks the steps. Whereas when I use Google Fit and my GPS doesn't work so well in the gym, so when I say start a run and I start running, it doesn't do a very good job of guessing how far I've gone.
Really? Because it did just fine for me when I had my Android Wear.
Well, I mean, where I'm in my gym, it's these big, huge Like,
Yeah, I run a track. I was running a track as well.
no, but like it's really thick walls. It doesn't.
Mm,
Even my phone can't get a GPS lock inside this place.
yeah.
So it's like estimate. So it's funny because I'll be running and like I know I've hit about the 8, not even a kilometer yet. And it's like you've just hit 1 kilometer. I'm like, no, I haven't. You've now just hit 6 kilometers. I'm like, no, I haven't.
That would,
Is this like your heart rate that it's only 80 after running?
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
but no GPS signal will be the same. It will be the same problem with any device.
Yeah.
But she says when she uses her Fitbit, she actually gets a very good accurate read. So
The Fitbit doesn't go with GPS though. The Fitbit
Yeah.
goes by the size of your stride, and you
Right.
can adjust that in the app. So that's why you can get a distance.
Okay.
Interesting.
So that's the nice thing about Fitbit. It doesn't rely on a lot of technology, but it is very accurate. Like it's got some really good sensors in it.
Yeah, Zen Watch came with an option to use Fitbit on
It's
the,
definitely worth it.
Second to
For
that.
your
but it didn't work with the phone. It was only on the watch. Something didn't make sense to me, and I just
That'd be interesting. I wonder if I can get my watch to pair with a Fitbit sync because I know my wife would want me to do that too because then we could check each other's levels all the time. And
tried
so,
because I think I was able to. I just use Endomondo.
if
Yeah.
you use Edmondo, it does merge in with Fitbit. You can transfer that information into Fitbit, and with Fitbit too, you can enter data manually. So one thing I really liked about the Fitbit was that even if you forgot to tell it you were going to sleep, it did still track. So if you put in later that you slept between these hours, it would automatically populate it with
okay,
your
'cause-
wake and sleep
Okay.
Because
data.
my wife has the Flex, and the Flex she has to triple tap it to say it's going to sleep now, and then
Right.
triple tap it to wake it up in the morning.
Right,
Whereas I
but if
think
you forget, you can just put your time in, as
Okay.
long as
Oh, I
you're
don't
still
know.
wearing it.
Hey,
there's
today
some
I
really-
learned something.
There's some really neat aspects. I mean, I have to say that I really like my Gear S2, and I really, now that I have it, I really also like the S Health app. It works well for me, and it works well with their stuff. So, it all depends on what ecosystem you're on. So, yeah, almost time. So the last topic we have is WhatsApp made a big announcement. Siobhan, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I kind of saw the other day something about WhatsApp not charging anymore, and then the same evening I had a pop-up on my phone, a notification, and it says from now on you paid for life.
Yes.
So they won't be charging every year, or they were. I find that they were charging randomly.
Oh,
I can't find like a pattern to when they were charging. They kept saying, "Oh, now we decided to extend it. Now you got a few extra months." And
Well, that's only $1 a year. I mean, come on, it's
it was less even because they kept extending it, and they're like, "Okay, you don't really have to pay." And then, so I think I paid maybe $2 in the last 3-4 years, which is worth it. I use it a lot.
so does it have ads now then, or is it just free?
Oh, it's the same.
because there's a corporate version people can get corporately, and that's where they're going to make their money on. They've been saying. So the average user, we don't need to charge.
Right.
The $1 a year was just stupid. It's like, why would you even have a $1 a year charge?
Because
And
they
aren't
didn't.
they owned by Facebook now?
Now they became so big
Yeah.
that I guess they can get funding in other ways.
And they're owned by Facebook anyway, so.
So
Yeah.
billionaires.
Exactly. And
So-
in other, like here in Canada, most people just use it for messaging, but in some areas of the world, it's actually like a social network.
It's like their phone. They don't use a phone. They use WhatsApp instead of a phone number, right?
Mhm.
So
But they actually, like for example, in Israel, what they do is that instead of like Facebook group or Google Plus community, they have groups on WhatsApp, and it's very common. Everybody's like in a million groups on WhatsApp, so they use it as a social network.
So similar to what people are doing with Telegram over here in North America.
Yes,
So,
it sounds like.
But yeah, no, I tried WhatsApp just because I wanted to see what was all the fuss about it. I have absolutely zero contacts.
Well,
Out
then
of-
you could have Siobhan.
Out of 1,000 people.
Yeah, me.
But you're not part of my Google contact.
I'll join WhatsApp just for Savan.
You can send videos very easily. You can send almost anything very easily. The only thing is that you can't send animated GIFs.
It's unfortunate that WhatsApp doesn't employ encryption technology in their messages.
Well,
Anyhow, we can talk about which messaging app is going to be better for what.
I like
I
that.
just think it's cool.
Oh, just about messaging apps, right?
So let's wrap up. We have some reviews coming up. What have you got, Ryan?
So I've got the HTC One A9, which, if I didn't show you that little HTC symbol, what would you guys say this looks like?
A Samsung?
Song.
Well, okay, don't look at the bottom part.
So it's not supposed to look like a Samsung. What is it supposed to look like?
It looks to me like an iPhone 6. Like
Oh,
exactly like an iPhone
Well,
6.
If I look at
okay.
the back,
Everybody's.
Back.
You know what? I noticed that it's the common design.
Yeah, I mean everybody's kind of going to this curved contour design now.
My Oppo R7 Plus looks like that, and a lot of Huawei phones look like that now. So it's kind of like just the.
It's the thing. It's a design of this. Right. Anyways, it's got the fingerprint sensor that's there. You can use it like a home button, but it doesn't have a real button. It's more like a sensor, like the fingerprint sensors are. So it's actually just.
Right.
But it's just weird because if I have a button here, I want to use buttons here, but they're here. So it's a little awkward in that sense. I find it a little awkward that there's no swipe up to Google Now.
welcome
How do you get
to.
Google Now then?
I think it's a hold down home.
Okay, that's.
Oh yeah.
Hold
Yeah,
down.
that's what I have to do.
What
Is
am I
hold down.
saying?
Oh, sorry. That's
Phone. You hold down home.
that's well. That brings me to the new. Well, it's Marshmallow, right? So it brings you to Now on Tap. So, anyways, so this is actually a nice little phone. I actually been playing with Doze. Like this thing lasted over the whole weekend. I didn't touch it for a weekend, and it only lost like 30%. Like I was amazed at that. That was pretty cool, and it still was getting notifications and little blips here and there. But Doze is pretty cool. So that I'll have that review up here hopefully by Friday.
Wait.
Comment.
I want to know, as a user, are you a heavy user or are you a very light user of your mobile device?
Heavy user.
Okay.
Heavy.
So heavy user with that device, how long?
Oh, in terms of regular battery, I haven't really tested it out in terms of that sense yet. In terms of really giving it a try, it should be fine. I mean, this isn't their top end phone, right? This is their medium line. This is a Snapdragon 615.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. I mean, for me, it would still probably last the day. Like, I got to admit, it lasted a pretty good amount of time. I think now we're in that area of time where, you know what, unless you're like playing games on your phone and watching a lot of YouTube videos, your battery should last a day.
Yeah,
The
even
work
my
day.
N6 lasts me.
The day, right?
Yeah.
So
I could still get 30 hours of mine.
Yeah, like it was funny because like I'll show you this in the screenshots later, but it on Doze, if I'm not using it much, it lasts like forever. But like a regular average day, it should easily last you no problem. I just have a hard time people saying, well, how long does the battery last? I'm like, don't unless you're doing videos and all that kind of stuff, and it should last you a pretty good length of time. So, anyways.
Here's the thing,
Does it have wireless charging?
No, this is just regular old fashioned, as they like to do. They always put upside down the connector. But anyways, so that's that. So I'll have that up and ready hopefully before the weekend, if not on the weekend. I also got the Moto 360 Sport, which I love the design and feel of it. It feels like a watch. Cool. It does feel like a watch again. But the screen isn't near as bright or vibrant as my other devices have been. It's very almost like an e-paper look. It's very kind of bland look. I don't think the regular 360 was that.
Matte?
Well, it looks a little dull. You won't be able to see here. It like compared to my G Watch, colors are vibrant, and it just looks a little duller. compared to anything else. I mean, I still see everything, I still understand it, but compared to other devices, I know it's not as bright and vibrant. And I've cranked it up as far as it'll go, and it still looks a little, not quite as black and white as white. A little more, the contrast has gone down or something. So I don't know if it's just because it's a sport model or not, but.
Was there supposed to be any different with the sport model?
No, really, it's just the fact. I think it's a smaller battery. It's got a little more proofing on it. It's got the heart rate monitor on it. It's got Wi-Fi and GPS and
Or it
all
has
that kind of stuff.
GPS.
GPS.
Yeah, it's got a built-in GPS. So technically, and especially with Google Fit updating itself so that you can run your tracking without the phone now, I could leave my phone in my locker and start tracking if I could get GPS signal in. And with way you could actually connect it to my Bluetooth headphones, I could just use this instead of me running like this now. Like, I'm always having to keep my phone. And one of these days, I know it's going to fly off into the pool or something.
That's always a comforting thought, isn't it?
Yeah, especially there's a part where the track narrows and it's over a little bridge. You go narrows and if two people are there, you kind of have to lean over the bridge with your arm a little bit. And I'm like, I'm going to drop it. Anyways, so that'll be up for review soon, and the ZTE Axon Pro is coming to Canada, and I'm really getting one hopefully by the weekend to start my review on that. So we'll see soon.
Cool.
Nice. So
That's
I think that wraps it up. What have you guys got on the go? Ryan is working and doing reviews.
Working.
That sounds about right. It sounds to be a classic work right now. Yeah.
Fun. But how do you say bois? Je bois mon blanc.
I would say moi je bois de la bière.
Mon blanc. This is a blonde. This is a natural blonde.
Oh, your girlfriend,
Yeah.
Very tall, slender, and cold.
Anyhow.
Well, I'm celebrating the end of my audit season by going to Vancouver for the weekend. So.
Yay, Vancouver.
Good stuff, because you're right on the border, right?
Huh?
You're going to Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
So you're not far from Vancouver.
It's a 17-hour drive.
Oh, really? Oh, damn. Thought you were closer than that.
our country is so big.
No, we're quite a bit north.
Canada is real. You hear that song? Canada's really big.
Canada is really big.
There's a song, but I think it's the Arrogant Worms that do it. I'll have to find you guys a link and show it to you later. I'll put it in the event or
That'll have
something.
to be our theme song. Canada is really big.
Anyways, I think that's it for the show today, guys.
It is.
All
Thank you.
right, take care, guys. Have a good night.
Nice talking to you.
Good night.